Today, we're getting real personal on a female related topic. Welcome to the episode where we say vagina out loud. But let's face it, it's 2026 and vaginas shouldn't be scary or dirty or something we're pretending doesn't exist. So, take a seat, get your pelvic floors comfortable, and let me introduce you to the ideas of yoni eggs or yoni stones. And let's start with explaining what are yoni eggs. So they are these egg-shaped stones, and they're designed for intravaginal use as part of the pelvic floor, sometimes known as the pelvic girdle, wellness practices. Would you ladies like to see them? No, just kidding. Just kidding. This would be like even too big for an elephant. Okay? JK, JK. Okay. No, still too big. Still too big. That may be a horse. I'm not sure. Okay, so for real life this time, these are yoni eggs. Aren't they neat looking? So they are typically either made from nephrite jade, rose quartz, or obsidian. So these are the nephrite jade, and it's said to be the best because of its very dense material. They are very heavy when you hold them, and you want dense. You don't want porous. Think of like a sponge or coral or something. You don't want crevices where bacteria can hide, right? We're putting it in a very delicate, holy zone. We don't want to flood it with infection, right? So you have the string attached, and so if anyone ever orders after this episode, there's actually a hole. If it doesn't come with any kind of string, you can use dental floss. So I love giving y'all little pop quizzes, little questions. What country do you think that these little guys started in? I was going to say India, but these started in the Chinese dynasty. So I'm not sure specifically, but they were used for the concubines to get ready for His Majesty and for his pleasure, if you will. They were tight and toned for his pleasure. I'm going to back up and say that I actually first heard of these. I fell upon, well, in the holistic community, they're more known, but then I fell upon a specific video from a woman named Barbara O'Neill, and she is an Australian herbalist, holistic practitioner, and she's now in the US, and she's got a lot of knowledge on just general health and remedies and that sort of thing. So in that video, she explained the process, and I was like, how great, I can kind of break it down. So you want to insert it this way so that you can actually have the string for exit, if you will. Same idea as a tampon. Then you want to start just an hour a day for 7 days for the first week, then 2 hours the second, 3, 4, and you want to build yourself up to 5 hours a day for 6 months. And I was like, whoa, yeah. But then once you're done with that, you can move on to the smaller one. So it's like straight into it. You can go ahead and do 5 hours a day, and then you can do 5 hours a day with this one. Now, if you wanted to do the full length, that's a year and a half. What's your take on that schedule? Because I initially was like, that's a long time. It's a commitment. Now, I almost feel like every woman may be a little different in that they, could probably switch out sooner. And I think it might depend on the condition. Like some may need to go slow based on what's happening down there. So I feel like it's more flexible. I don't think it's a hard year and a half, but that's just me. I would be one to want to question the schedule. So by the end, you can spit them out. No, I'm just kidding. the face and everything. I was serious for a minute there. So it's honestly going to depend on the condition. So it's all about the pelvic floor being strengthened. And this is deeper than what a Kegel will do. People are like, no, I'll just do Kegels. This thing is actually pretty way in there. I'll explain. Well, I could just share now. You actually have to insert it all the way up to the cervix. The base needs to be touching all the way up there. So your body, your muscles are feeling it and contracting um, deeper than just what we can control doing Kegels. So what's it how do we know if it's working and helping? It's going to help any of the conditions that a toned pelvic floor will help. So that would include a prolapsed uterus. Some women have been able to help with that, vaginal prolapse, even colon and bowel prolapse. Incontinence is a big one. Painful intercourse was one I wasn't even thinking about. But that's a thing for some women. And so I'm like, I wonder how that helps if it's getting toned and strong. And what I found out was when the muscles are all strengthened, the glands that release lubricant are revived. The body's so cool. More lubricant, better feeling intercourse. Wild. Then the last story could be actually helping with any kind of pelvic injury, depending on the person and what has happened. This woman in her 40s, she had a broken coccyx for years. After healing, she continued having pain, but she started using yoni eggs and she was able to eliminate the lower pain in her tailbone area. Yes, for those who don't know, the coccyx is the tailbone. Yeah. So I want to share how I came about using them. What was my issue? Not prolapsed uterus, thankfully. So for me, it was after birth incontinence. And for me, it was whenever I was laughing, sneezing, or coughing, I would wet myself. Very, very common. And obviously, if anyone is hearing this and is like, oh, that's me, and you just had a baby, you still want to wait till you're fully healed before you're going to insert something heavy like one of these stones in there. But when I first tried this thing, I spit it out faster than a chicken laying an egg. I kid you not. I so inserted in my bathroom or laying down, I believe, in my bedroom. And I get up, I take a few steps, and I'm like, oh no, it's coming out. It's coming out. And I had to go back into the bathroom and get it out. And was just like, well, what do I do? I need to obviously tone. I had delivered a baby, but what happens if I can't hold the thing up there? So, if this is anyone out there that experiences that, you actually can wear it while you sleep. So, yes, it wouldn't be that schedule of just an hour a day starting out. You're going to want to just, when you're laying down for good in your bed at night, you just go ahead and insert it. And through your sleep, even though you're not moving, your body will feel it. Your body will start contracting and toning up and working. I was like, how cool. That's what I had to do. And I actually got results quicker than I was expecting. I will say it was maybe 3 or 4 nights that I woke up. I went downstairs in the kitchen, walked a little bit downstairs, and was like, oh, I can walk. I I didn't lay an egg this morning. So I was downstairs in my kitchen before I even remembered it was still in. So that's just 3 nights of improvement. I know we had this long schedule we talked about, but the fact that you do get some results quickly is a really good thing. Now that y'all have heard all the goods, would you ever use one? This is something so many women haven't even heard of. So I'm excited about this episode to spread the word because, yeah, plenty of women having babies and plenty of women needing some yoni stones in their life. So happy Easter. Go get you some eggs. Disclaimer, it is not a bullet, okay? This is not a bullet. I asked myself, what if someone says, nope, this is not my thing? I would ask them about all the other things that might be inserted, like a tampon, like condoms, like lubricant, that they're not thinking about. Are they conscious and concerned about those materials? Because there's a lot of harmful stuff out there. Do you ladies use clean brands when it comes to these things? Once I found out all the harmful things in them, I stopped using tampons altogether and then just using pads. But a lot of women don't like that diaper feeling. So I'm glad to now see out there all natural or 100% cotton material nowadays. So I, it had been years. And then once I found those, I was like, okay, I suppose I can do a condom. I can do a tampon again. I think some women don't like handling down there when it comes to being on their period too. So I would assume you can take breaks with the yoni eggs when you're on your period and it's not too big of a deal. But yeah, some people are anti diva cup, so you're not alone. So speaking of, clean products, keeping these yoni stones clean, having good feminine hygiene is important. So how would you clean one of these? Some women will boil them for 20 to 30 minutes, but I haven't done that. I've just used gentle unscented soap and warm water, and not anything that's going to aggravate a sensitive area like the vajayjay, like the vagina. So that or boiling, the two options. But definitely just thinking of all natural and safe in the clean products, because we want to have good hygiene. We don't want to do anything to disrupt pH balance. All you women that know, you know. Yes, yeah. Um, So that's pretty much all we had for you guys today. I know that I wanted to learn more once I saw a very short clip of them, and I was really surprised to see how much information was out there. So, jade, rose quartz, and obsidian. If there's any other kinds out there, any other brands, I would not trust it. Like we said, we don't want to be creating imbalances of any kind for the ladies down there. So if you enjoyed this episode, like, share, subscribe, and comment below. Thank you for listening to this more intimate, I suppose, but very health conscious episode with us today. If anybody has used them and has other information to share too, please comment on this episode and share the knowledge with the community, because the more we tell people, the safer we can be. So that would be great.